Alright, back at Daytona now. Still running the 4GT. I feel like it's pretty strong to stick with the car for a championship, even though it's not officially a championship. I remember them having some kind of a policy towards that where you can switch a car one time and then it tells you you can't, or something like that, something goofy. Anyways, I was thinking about stepping away from iRacing for a time, but talking to a pretty good friend of mine at work the other day. He's like, I've got to see you race, man. You got to keep racing. So I was like, all right. And then he's like, do NASCAR. So I was like, oh, okay. I'll try out NASCAR. And then, of course, that was in hindsight. I forgot that everything charges you extra money. For every car is $12, and every track is $15 up front. And that's just one track at a time. So here we're starting on this. I wasn't like gonna totally step away and throw away everything here, but we're gonna give it another shot. Practice 3 hours before I raced, and I must apologize ahead of time. I don't have anything on the interface, nothing on the display, because this is actually a replay. Luckily, the game actually still works, but the card, the GPU had a update a few weeks back, and I know I'm not the only one dealing with it.
This new chicane is brutal.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was looking at my tires, trying to keep it from changing tires during pit stop. That looked like a pretty hard hit, but nobody's complaining here. I didn't get any incidents on that, no points for contact here. So I guess I got lucky there, but yeah, I hope I don't do that again. That's embarrassing. Yeah, the update caused some kind of a glitch between that and Windows. Windows is always causing problems, but in this case, it was some audio thing, like a bit rate had to be lowered or something like that. I don't know. I fixed it now, but I didn't realize it wasn't recording during the race. It will start recording, and then it just disappears on you. It doesn't say if it stopped. Shit, having something wrong with the brakes here. 3 hours of practice, I never had to play with that. Now, this is the one thing I was hoping to avoid. I was practicing alone, making sure the car wouldn't play games with me. I was going for those longer stints, see if the tire wear was anything. That's mostly what I paid attention to. A little bit jumpy here. Get the tires warmed up in my weekend. Come on, dude, give me room. Locking up on the front, like really, really bad. It was at 51%.
So fucking suck. I suck.
Well, you don't hear that every day. Yikes. I'm having a hard time. I might just have to take it easy on the brakes here. That guy lost it at the rear, but he's already going kind of slow, so no damage on his part, I'm sure. Yeah, it's so aggravating, you know. It's like some kind of server issue, I guess. It has to upload everything from your car up to the server, and then it comes back to you. And then by then, it's probably all shuffled around on the settings. At least in theory, I think that's how it works. Every game is a little bit different, but I think they do that to keep people from modding, and it doesn't always work. Kernel level software as it is, it shouldn't be having this kind of a problem. They've been around for a decade. Yeah, I gotta step in here, get some grass. Sorry to cut off that last guy behind me. Oh, a little bit loose. Still locking up a little bit on the front end though, or something. That's what the purple light is. Yeah, right front. Really, really bad. Jeez. Just took him out. This is embarrassing. Great, he's gonna block. Not a nice move. Oh. I really like
Gary,
that.
you're fucking awful, dude.
Yep, I can be.
My car's locking up hella bad. I don't know what the deal is. I'm sorry, dude.
Try to do a little more towards the back. See where it's at anyways. Got my bias down to 49.2. I've never had it back that far before. So I feel like it for sure is just going to wipe out later in the race. I want to be able to play it safe.
I actually forgot something. I'm hitting the limiter on the street.
No damage so far.
Yeah, I'm starting to think the server's all jacked up with the net code. It's messing with our tunes.
Nobody has anything to say to that though. One of those unknowns. We can't confirm or deny it. So that means they won't ever change it. Pretty hard to test something while you're online, you know? Try to just go easier on the braking here. That's all I can do until I get a feel for it. Brake earlier. Going pretty smooth on the exits. So I got most everything on this car. It's just the braking for some reason. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lucky. What are the odds of that? Just straight down the middle.
That was a little opportunistic there, Sheldon.
There's Alex right in front of me. Alex Hillier, I believe. Seems like he's on the move. He knows what he's doing at least. Whoa. Maybe not. Give him a little nudge here. You know, he's wanting to climb back up there. It shows on the board that he started out pretty far up there on the field. He's much faster than I am on the qualifying. I can push my luck here a little bit. I just got the outside, so I ain't got to worry about screwing it up. Whoa, a little late. Yeah, I still got some lock up on the front, but I can feel the back end getting a little bit loose. I know I can get away with pushing more to the rear, but I don't think I really want to. There we go. Somehow I got away from the other guys there. A little breathing room.
Can anyone give me a wiggle?
I'm always struggling on that bus stop for some reason. Well, I mean, it used to be a lot more smooth, but obviously they got a lot of people cutting over that in real life, and also on here. Kind of makes sense for them to make the curbing a little more pronounced, but it can still make for some sketchy moments. Whoa. Yeah, it's getting just a tad bit loose. I might bring it back up there. But we'll see. We'll give it a lap or two, see if it settles down. Might be my line. It's doing okay on the slow corners at least. Just a tad bit loose on the exits. Yeah, I still got the tuning phase in my mind. I gave it 3 solid hours, but I didn't change a whole lot. I was mostly focused on trying to get the tires to wear down evenly. Didn't really play with the downforce at all. Kind of forgot about it. So you can see this Porsche. Whoa! Still got guys wiping out. Still people are wiping out after a couple laps in. You think up front in the top 5 or so, I mean, they're lightning fast. They're like 2 seconds faster a lap. Just about. They usually are. Yeah, Porsche, he's got almost no downforce on his car. Mine's pretty low, but I didn't bottom it out. I'm not that crazy. Trying to play it safe with this car. Get a little more consistency out of it. I know I say that in every race, but that's mostly, I start out pretty good and then I wipe out, but that's mostly the tires giving up. It's weird though, you think the tire pressure would be the same when the tire wear is about the same, but I can never get that tire pressure to even out. It's always a half PSI off between front and rear. It goes up to like a 0.7. Whoa, buddy. Shit. Yeah, he's trying to turn himself around. He didn't really try to jump out in the middle. I'm glad he gave it up though. That was kind of creepy. Didn't know if he's going to fight for it. So that puts me in 11th by the looks of it. The field up there has got a lot of slowdown. I don't know what's going on there. Just got to keep it smooth. Feeling pretty good on the apex here though. It's got this car running pretty decent. Whoa. As I say that. Yeah, so that's where my limit's at for brake bias, 49.2. I might bring it up to a 0.7 later on, but I was really hoping I didn't have to mess with the brake bias because I didn't have to touch it at all when I was practicing on my own. I didn't give it much time practicing on a lobby. Seems like I got my answers a little bit quicker that way. Less variabilities, less variables. Yeah, like I was saying, the tire pressure up front is softer than the rear. But I did get the tire wear to range between like 8% difference down to 2 after a full tank of gas was burned through, so that's pretty promising. Got somebody to ride on my ass here. I'll let him go if he wants it. Oh, somebody put one out. Damn. Yeah, Beamers are usually really good on top end. Very, very drag coefficient. Shit. Never never had the back end wipe out quite like that. I hit that curb a few times before, but it never wiped out that way. But I guess when I look at it, my front end didn't catch it for some reason. I'm not sure how that happened. Still on track now. See if I can keep up with this Beamer. It'd be nice if I can keep up in his draft. Save a little fuel. It's got about 2 seconds, or 2.5 seconds on me right now. He sure pulled me in though earlier, so I doubt I'm going to be able to do that. We'll see. Actually, no, not now. I'm in 11th. He's in 10th. Misread that because the board doesn't update if only but once a lap. It's kind of goofy. Yeah, it's a crappy lap. Let's see if I can get it back. Been having a hard time on one. Always did struggle on that corner. A lot of line braking on one, and then the rest is just very much straight line. Bleed the brake a little bit as you enter. Very standard. But yeah, one is a tricky one. Weight changing. A lot of downforce. You hit that bank and then you come off of it. The car's been pretty smooth in these areas though. It's really nice. I used to struggle a lot in the slower corners with this car. I still don't know what I did right, what I changed that made it work better, but I think it has a lot to do with the sway bars, honestly. Softened it up a lot in the rear. I thought that was going to stiffen the hell out of it. We'll find out in the next track I jump onto when it's got like mid-speed corners or high-speed cornering. See if it messes with me there. That's a better exit. Can't seem to do it consistently though. Gonna have to pick up on more references for that bus stop. Yeah, I seem to be braking pretty close to even. He's got about 3 seconds on me now. I'll just have to keep running consistent for now. Came in a little tight. Shit. Go, go. He's got 3 cars right behind me. That was sketchy. I wasn't really thinking about that. I thought I had more room than that. But nobody got hit. Looks like the Corvette back there, you hauled on the brakes there. Scared the shit out of them or something. Oh shit, now we're getting loose again. I might just bring the bias, the balance up towards 49.7 here. Just one click ought to do her. I don't want to overdo it for entering the corners. Just take it a little easy on the exits. Oops, a little early. A little bit early to the inside. That screwed up my exit speed. This car doesn't have a great deal of caster, but you still feel the wheel tugging towards the road, trying to follow the bank. And based on what I see on the camber, it squats quite a bit on the front end there when you're on the braking. Not liking that too much. You can either tighten the springs so it doesn't do it as much, and you still lower the sway bars so it can lean more. I've gone that route and it didn't work so well for entering the corner. But I guess that has to do with added grip on the front end. I might come back to using that philosophy. Ooh, nice exit. Yeah, Beamer's getting away from me. I believe that guy's name is Sean. Forgot his last name. Tempting to brake a little bit later for the bus stop here, but it can go wrong very fast right there. Happened to a lot of guys in real life. In fact, they just spin a little bit and they get cockeyed and off to the left over they go, and then straight into the wall. Game over. Just a little slip up. It's surprising. Yeah, 144.3. That's a decent lap. We can keep that up. I know in practice, my best was something like a 143.78-ish, somewhere around there. Not quite sure how I can do that again. But, I mean, the tune I had then, I had to make a small adjustment to keep it consistent because it wasn't feeling too good. I just wasn't hitting my marks, like my brake zones. For some reason, it was affecting me right there the most. Yeah, this corner especially, I was blowing it almost every lap. So yeah, I had to tighten up the rebound in the rear. Just one click. Now I'm usually like running 2/10 a lap. Within 2/10, that is. Well, I don't got anything to worry about right now. It seems like it's pretty well open, well apart from everybody. I would like to get to 10th position at least, but I'm not going to throw it away for that. That's just 1 point. So keep it level, keep it safe, get that safety rating up. Yeah, there were a lot of spins early in the race. We might have some people pit a little bit early. Not seeing anybody just yet. It's either that or they quit, and they rage quit. And they'd already be in the back if that's the case. Come on now. Getting a little bit of a rhythm, but it looks like the back end wanted to kick out again. And I know the front tire was able to hit that curb that time. So that says something. Says something for my tune there. Just a tad bit early. Getting better with those exits though. I'm staying a little more patient here. There's a nasty rut in that one, or a big bump in the crown. Just right in the middle of that corner. So you got to stay off the throttle a little bit longer. I'm sure with the right tune, you get it soft in the rear and all that. You probably punch it a little bit sooner. But like I was saying, I put 3 hours in here. I didn't want to change too much. It's already pretty well balanced, but you want to change something like that, then you could be looking at like another 2 hours or so. Make sure the car's handling good. Getting down there. Man, this is actually a pretty long race. It's not your typical 45-minute race. It's a little bit longer. I didn't really pay attention to when it started, how much time there was. Whoa. It's doing okay, but it's, like I said, it's going to give us a few surprises here, but keeping it together so far. Locking it up ever so slightly. Not quite sure where my brake temperature is, but it doesn't feel like it's failing either. It's at night after all. Yeah, speaking of which, I thought they were going to stop doing nighttime racing on the servers until they updated. They were saying that quite a bit, like they were not going to do it whatsoever. It's still hard on my system because I'm bogging down to like 60 frames. And I know that doesn't sound like a bad number, but I like to have low latency, so high frame rate is a good indication of that. That Beamer looks like he's dropping back a little bit there. I'm wondering if he's trying to play conservative with his fuel. That's interesting. Getting down there about 2.5 seconds again. Almost. I gotta work on that exit though. Maybe put one more lap in before I come in. See if I can put on a little more pressure to this guy. Might even be able to get into his draft. Yeah, he's struggling on these slow hairpins over here. Just a little bit. Still got that speed though. That's going to be a challenge for me. I probably won't be able to pass him or get around him. It's going to be a long battle for us. Since the next guys up there are going to be like 9 seconds ahead. It's just going to be me and him mostly. Yeah, let's do one more. We got enough. That's pretty smooth. Whoa, come on. Guess I'm pushing too. I shouldn't be. I want to get this guy. Not quite there. We're kind of breaking even on this, but I mean, the only chance I got at catching him is with consistency. And I've already proven to screw that up in almost every race. So we'll see if those 3 hours prior to this one actually pays off. Yeah, speed's about the same now all of a sudden. Sounds like he's dropping back. He's definitely got to be saving fuel or something. Coming in. Whoops. I can't see my flag there. Oh boy, this is going to be a challenge. Oh! I do that a lot, actually, to be fair. Didn't lose too much time, I hope. A lot of Porsches here. They are fast, but they're not consistent. I would have thought I'd gain on this guy a little bit. Threw it all away when I went past my shot. My lane, my box. Yeah, he's about 3 seconds now. That's alright, we'll do it again. Plenty of chance of something going wrong. normally skip a gear. It wasn't really the game or the steering wheel at fault. I'm just feeling kind of twitchy, I guess. Every once in a while I get a spasm. Didn't seem to slow me down much. I guess my power band is more than wide enough for these gears are really close. See if we can keep our shit together though. Yeah, tire pressure is at 0.7 psi on the right side, or that's how far apart they are. It's a 0.6 on the left. But we still seem to be doing pretty good. That doesn't mean anything towards tire wear, of course. I can only guess. Yeah, a little too much speed on that. Yeah, he's slowing down again. That's a little strange. Should have been like 4 seconds by now, but no, instead he's 2. We might actually have something here. Yeah, he's pretty good on that exit though, I gotta say. Came in a little bit fast, lost some more speed on the exit there. So yeah, we're jumping around a little bit, 2 very different cars here. But it's definitely on. We're having ourselves a race. He's got to be feeling a little bit of heat. Came in a little late on that even. Trying to keep his momentum, so he is struggling on the hairpins. Yeah, coming in real wide on that. Can't blame him. I gotta say, I feel a little bit the same when I drive a front engine car. It's like, it doesn't seem to matter how soft you make the rear, it just does not transfer everything to those tires from the tire to the road. It's always going to slip a little bit. I mean, even this Ford here is doing it. Improved on it a little bit, but yeah, I still got a little nick. You get carried away with that and you only be good at doing one thing, and that's launch. But you got to have a race car here. You got about the same downforce, it looks like. He might be a little bit lighter. Well, of course, he's more efficient. I said that. And also says that online when you go on to Reddit or something. They talk about it. It's got the most efficiency. It's kind of annoying. Gaining them right here for some odd reason, though. Not down the straight, but just on that curve, that tri-oval. He's losing a little bit, so he might actually be running soft springs. He's bottoming out perhaps, but he's not throwing sparks, so it's really hard to say. Yeah, a little bit wide. Looked like it worked out. Yeah, he's feeling pressure, you can tell. Pushing a little bit. Whoa. He's really trying. Maybe he's trying to catch the next guy up there. I don't know, but he's definitely feeling pressure. Let's see if he tries to shake his tail a little bit, get in his draft. No, he's got a plan. Oh, dang it! Almost had a good exit there. It wasn't bad. Yeah, he's going high real early and all that. I go up here, he's gonna go left. He jerks it a little bit too because he really wants to lose that tail. Doesn't want me drafting him. But he's smooth. So that's good. He's got a sprint. Oh, he came in late on that. Held on to it though. Not bad, dude. Oh no, he lost it there. Bummer. No damage at least. He didn't hit nothing. He's just really trying hard. Plus being 10th. I'll take it. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd have a little duel. You know, it tends to happen. He's feeling the heat quite a bit. I guess when you're real consistent, and you can see that in the mirrors even, when somebody's real smooth, you feel like you really got to push. And I've been in that situation plenty of times. Doesn't always work out the way you expect it because they're taking your arrow also. So when you come into the corners, you get loose. It's mostly what I struggle with. Because I used to use a lot of high downforce, but lately, last few races here, I'm learning it's not always that great. It's got pretty low downforce on the front end. You can't adjust it if only using rake. Gonna have to work on my lap times again. Okay. Settle down, stay focused. 45.3 or 45.4 really. So overall I got about 8 occurrences here. Well, not occurrences, incidents. It's easy to forget. You gotta drive clean. That's my main goal. Forget about the points on the system or the championship. I don't know how many contacts I had with, I mean, either the wall or other cars. Did that once in qualifying also. I hit the wall real good. I had to restart that. And of course it still counts a lap. So that really sucked. Yeah, I didn't qualify too good. I forgot about that. Forgot to mention. I started in 8th. So almost got my position back here. I'm at 9th right now. So that's pretty cool. Usually I'm dropping like 4 or 5 positions if I'm lucky. It's looking promising so far. Yeah, mainly I just want to make it. Yeah, I thought those guys were 9-second lead up there ahead of me, but they dropped back quite a bit. They must be hitting traffic or something. Uh-oh. Yeah, they are fighting each other though. That's messing them up pretty good right there. But at the same time, they got something to focus on if they're actually smooth about it. They'll end up going a lot faster than I ever could. But it doesn't look like that's happening. He's going in. Can't really say that's a position gained. Not until after I pick, because it looks like we're all going to be pitting a second time here. Like I said, it's a pretty long race. Not complaining about that though. It's just surprising. Alright, well they left me. Not surprising. Yeah, Porsche, I think he pitted a little bit too early there. He might be going for a different strategy altogether. It does move me up to 8th right now for the moment. Or 9th. Yeah, I forget where I'm at. Yeah, I believe this is 9th. Seems like I finally got a rhythm for turn 1. I've just been trying to go in too early. I seem to do that a lot, actually. That's a pretty serious habit of mine. That's like the one difference you'll see when you watch somebody else driving. One of the top lappers, top qualifiers, they never go in quite that early. I used to think that I was gone and got rid of it a long time ago, but now it's in a more detailed manner. I was just braking too hard for that. Yeah, it's looking like a position where I could have been if I qualified right. Like a 44.4 when I qualified, and I could have had like a 44 flat. Most of my practice laps were that time, right around there, 44.1 and 44 flat. But that's all right. Pretty well open track here. You don't have a lot of opportunity to blame other drivers, so you're actually pretty smooth here. Whoops. He had a little slip up. Interesting. Maybe his tire. Maybe I'm not the only one dealing with the problem with the tires. That's really interesting. It's looking like it's paying off pretty well for me in this case. For now. I think he got a little damage on his car too. He's losing some top end there. His tail light or something. On his left side there. Probably smacked the wall a little bit. Yeah. A little ding on his bumper. I don't think that's going to affect his handling. It shouldn't anyways. But it's definitely slowing him down. That's good though. He's not defending too hard. Not defending at all, really. I got to get up here and get wide so I don't screw it up. Throw it all away. It's looking good on the brakes though. He's still on my ass. Let's hope we can pull away down the straight, otherwise he's going to be pretty competitive after our next pit. Whoops, come on. Now I'm feeling the pressure. Ah. He's right there. I'm gonna have to let him go so we don't freak out and try to push each other. We'll probably want it right here. No, it's not quite there. Who's that? Lap traffic over there on the left. He didn't have to be hanging out way over there, but I guess he's one of the cars that spun after the bus stop. Kind of hard to say. Yeah, so I got a few laps to go here before we need to pit. I don't have to worry too much about it. There we go. That's a good line. That was a pretty good lap altogether, I think. Gotta make sure my tires aren't gonna get swapped out. Whoops. It's hard to hit that with the D-pad. I mean, it's a lot better than the mouse, but it's still distracting because that cursor jumps all over the place. It's not in order like you would expect. Yeah, 44.6. That's not what I was hoping for. I must have threw it away somewhere. It's not a bad lap, but it's nothing to be proud of. Yeah, I know there's a default setting for the pit strategy, but it's a pain in the butt. There's so many things to worry about in this game. I will have to get back to it and adjust that somewhere. I just can't remember where to go. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Just imagine trying to do that while you're driving NASCAR in an oval. I don't know if that'd be harder or worse, or worse or better. 'Cause even though you're just driving in an oval, but everybody's got to do that oval really good to the best of their ability. So it's not just a simple left-hand turn. You're still going gas, throttle, brake, and steering to a really fine finesse. Strategy gets a lot more involved actually. And a few other techniques in there to save fuel on the oval. Oh, another Porsche over there. Really? Not sure if that was for a position. I guess we'll find out after this lap. I'm gonna have to pit anyways. After one more lap, I think. I guess that Porsche didn't really have any damage, just had a little slip up. I thought I'd turn my boost down, and also the engine has a mapping to it. See on the dashboard there, strategy 2, boost 2. Of course, the boost, you are able to assign that to a button on your steering wheel, but for some reason it doesn't like mine. It accepts everything, but when I go to drive, it doesn't respond to anything I put. So, fuck 'em. I have to go through the extra black box on the left here. Kind of tricky. Okay, he just kind of threw, whoa. Getting a little slick right there. Still got some guys behind me. So yeah, I do like the relationship with the pit limiter though, because you turn that on, the strategy goes to 5 and the boost goes down low. And when you turn it off, everything resets to the default, which is 1 and 1. And that's the highest amount of pressure and horsepower you can get based on the mapping. So it's pretty nice correlation in there. Trying to let him by here. I got a pit anyways. So yeah, he's got a pretty decent pace on him. Better on that. It's nice and open right here, so you can actually see the flagger. Actually, I can't. There's still a car in front of me, but whatever. Generally, I can, yeah, see it. I can guess. Whoa, that was a lot shorter than the last pit. Didn't even have my hand on the wheel. I should have been ready. Short pit stop. Nice and steady. Alright, that was a pretty good stop altogether. We'll see after this lap where I'm at. I don't know if everybody was pitting twice or if it's just me. I could have gone either way. I mean, if I went, I know this car is capable of doing it, but I didn't notice the 2 pit stop strategy up until it was like way later. I wouldn't have been able to make that big a difference. So there's a good chance I could be back in 10th or so. Yeah, there was that one guy who's right behind me. I might be able to catch him if I do this again, just get this lap real good. It's gonna be a tough call though. Yeah, he's in. Well, he's exiting now. Or he would be. I guess I don't know where he's at. I was guessing. Still some guys behind me. But I got some breathing room. I'm not too worried about that. They're about 8 seconds back. And I've been pretty steady on as it goes here, so I really don't got much to worry about. The next guys ahead of me are just lightning fast, so I'm not going to touch that. I'm pretty fortuitous if I can get up to 6th place, but I really doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, it's looking like making it in top 10 anyways. That's always welcome. Sorry. Hard on the brakes here. Oh, there he is. Okay, so he went one more lap further. Not quite as close as I had hoped. But I'm in striking distance here. We might have ourselves a real fight here at the end. Just got to keep it together though. Definitely don't want to throw it away. Wow, 2.5 laps to go on the fuel. Man, they really like to cut it close. And you have an automatic setting to it to guess how much fuel you'll go through. Something most games always screw up on anyways initially, and then they dial it in, they update it. This one it looks like is pretty nice though, because you can have a offset to it. You can always add 1 lap according to what their strategy is, or you can take one way, add 2 laps even. So makes it feel pretty safe that way. Oh no, dude. No! Oh man, I feel sorry for him, but I will take it. Got a little crazy on the rumbles there. I've been seeing that with the Porsches. They're struggling on that. Don't know if that was downforce related because he would be on the gas. More downforce definitely would have helped him out, but yeah, that's really too bad. I do not favor having somebody wreck their car right at the end. That is too bad. Well, this will be my last lap here. This white flag. Yeah, that's too bad. I really thought we were going to have a duel there. I mean, he's still a little bit of a stretch out there. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to catch him. But looks like consistency is the way to go, as always. But now it's finally in my favor. I finally got one. Well, the car handled predictably. Well, all except for the very start of it. That was ridiculous. But that's all it took to get me back on the right lap time and all that. So I'm pretty happy about it. Definitely take some focus on this game. Alright, that is 7th position. I gained 1 place from where I qualified. That's pretty rare for me. That is so awesome though. Yeah, I'm
Nice
happy
race,
about
guys.
that.
Nice race.
No
That's
damage.
actually the first iRace I've ever had where nobody was bickering through half of it.
Yeah, and I got no damage through all that too. That's incredible. None whatsoever. Not only did I make it, but I did it clean. Well, not really. I mean, 8 incidents. So we'll have to see what the the safety rating says. It's so easy to forget. But yeah, as far as the server or the net code goes, I mean, they really, I wish they would fix that. It's been so many years. They've always been known to not have that good a net code on this game. They improve it a little bit here and there. But yeah, the brakes is just a nightmare on here. I really did cause mayhem in the beginning. I got so lucky. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, look at results. Yeah, it even shows it in the qualifying. Yeah, I qualified 8th, got 7th. My best lap is not right there. That's what I qualified with, so 144.48. So in the race, my best was not here. See results. Come on. See where I'm at. See if I got my safety rating up there. Oh, right. Yes. 16. Hell yeah. And the I rating goes up a little bit. I wasn't too worried about that because you get your safety rating down far enough, like below 2.0, and you're not driving GT anymore. You end up with a C class or whatever. You'll still own the content in there, but you won't be able to drive on the official servers. So yeah, 8 incidents right there. That's insane. 4th division, and yeah, that's my best lap right there. 40. Whoa, that is insane. I didn't know it was that fast. I mean, it said I practiced with that lap, but I raced it. That is cool. Yeah, that's a keeper. And I beat somebody else who was lapping faster than me, a couple of guys. They were driving a Porsche and a Ferrari. Or no, that's Corvette. Okay. I did see some Corvettes up front too. They're way faster. 42.78. That's insane. That's another Porsche. And a Corvette, I believe. Yep. He got 42.86. I'm rounding a little bit. That's 43 flat, who won the race. He's another Corvette. So yeah, there's no doubt I do need to find a way to get a little bit faster if I want to be up there. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. That was super awesome. I know I had fun. I hope you guys did too. Catch y'all later.